This week, Linker gets salty. Jordy talks about tools. Mark makes clay figures. Matt shows his metal. And I'll show you how to get some free books. I'll have links for all of the resources that I mentioned today in the description right below the video, and then also in the comments section just a little bit further down the page below this video. Let's get started. Well, in our project showcase this week, Doug Linker is sharing a new video. You know, last week he published a video of carving an old salty fisherman, and I think that old salt may have rubbed off on Doug. Seems like he's dealing with a keyboard warrior who's trolling him, and at the beginning of this video he looks at the camera and he says, "To the person who's been emailing me every week telling me how much they hate my flat plane carvings, turn this video off." I love salty Doug. I'd probably say worse. I might go extra crispy on him, you know. Anyway, Doug has a brand new flat plane carving video, and this time around he's carving a little bird. It's a 1x1, and this is kind of part of his 1x1 series. I think it looks great. He takes you through the step-by-step, and as usual, Doug does so very quickly and explains what he's doing. He's sitting outside enjoying the weather. He says it's a beautiful day. It looks like it's going to be a very popular video because I've already seen some of these little birds popping up on social media. And Doug, at the end of this video, he's unsure whether people are going to like it or not. He says to the camera, "If this video bombs, I'm going to take it down and go crawl into a cave somewhere and carve these little birds full time because I freaking love these things." Well, it's happy to see that Salty Doug is also Happy Doug. A couple of months ago, I shared with you some information about the Internet Archive using the Wayback Machine so that you can go back and find websites from the past that may no longer be out there on the internet, so to speak. The Internet Archive is like a gigantic online library. They have lots of free books, magazines, videos, all kinds of content. Among the free books, they have content from Harold Enlow, Harley Refsel, E.J. Tangerman, and many more. Now, like most libraries, you can check these books out if you would like to read them, but sometimes you don't even need to check them out. And unlike most libraries, maybe unlike any library, you can download copies of some of these books. Well, I made a quick video that will show you how you can find these books and get them for yourself. Take a look. Okay, so here we are, Google. I'm just going to type in Internet Archive. And I see it's already coming up right here. So right here you can see Internet Archive, archive.org. Here's the Wayback Machine, also from archive.org. So right here I'm going to just click on the link that says Free Books. And this will take me right to the archive page. You can see across the top here there are a variety of different options to choose from. And I'm just coming to this search bar, and you can see I've got a few terms I've already searched on. So Whittling, for example, I'll hit enter, and you can see it's coming up with 119 results over here. I'm just going to scroll down the page a little bit and see what we can see. So here's a book, Classic Whittling, Basic Techniques and Old-Time Projects. The Forest School, Woodland Games. Here's a whittling book from Rosalie Moore. Here's the Swiss Army Knife Whittling book. And here's a book from Bill Higginbotham. So you can see there are quite a few different books to choose from, including this one. This is from E.J. Tangerman. This is a well-known book. It's been around a long time. 1907 it was published. Yeah. Let's go back to the top of the page and we'll look for the term wood carving and hit enter. This time I have 125 results here, and you can see right off the bat here's a caricature carving book. Let's just click to open that. And I have a number of different views that I can use down here. I'm going to
flip and open the book. You can see the table of contents and so on. And you can, of course, use full screen. You can hit zoom in. You can do lots of things when you're viewing these books. And you can see this takes you through the project. There's some patterns in there too. And this one also shows that there are some downloadable files. So maybe in case you missed that, I opened up the book, right? And then over here, you see the 3 dots right there. Click on that. And there are downloadable files in 2 different formats. I can say get PDF. If I click on that, I can download a copy of the entire book. All right, let's go back to our page where we have our results from the wood carving term search. Just scrolling down to see what we have in here. You can see there are quite a few different books. I know there's books from Christopher Pye, Harold Enlow, Harley Refsel. Here's the book from Harold Enlow, Carving Faces Workbook. And I do know that some of these books do require you to sign up. Now you could sign up for free. It's pretty quick and easy. You put in an email and a password and you're ready to roll. And with some of the books, you do have to check them out. And you can check them out for 1 hour, or you can check them out for several weeks. And then after checking it out, you can see the entire book. Like I said, that's only with some of the books. I have found that there are plenty of these books that you don't have to check them out to view them. Some of them have downloadable files, some of them don't. At any rate, there are hundreds of books that you can go and check out, and some magazines as well. There are also videos among the archive contents here. I don't know if they have any wood carving videos. I haven't really looked for that. But overall, this is a great resource, and it's all free.
Over at Carving Fusion, Jordy Johnson is going back to the basics, and he's providing some knowledge nuggets that a beginner would like to take advantage of. So this is a great resource for anyone that's interested in getting into power carving, because Jordy goes through a series of the non-Dremel brand rotary tools. These are sort of the off brands, and he talks his way through some of the various ones that he has used, which ones he likes and recommends, and which one to avoid. Now, Jordy does a great job of explaining what the advantages are for some of these tools. And he talks about how some of them can be compatible with the Dremel flex shaft, for example. And by the way, he also goes through some information about flex shafts and collets that you might need. He also shares information about the variable speed foot pedals that are on the market, and how you might even use an old sewing machine foot pedal if you're in a pinch. So this is a great video and a great resource for you. And Jordy says, look, I hope that this will help you save some money. Because certainly there are brands that are outside of the Dremel realm that are low cost, low budget, but still worth having. You know, many carvers like to make a clay model of a figure and use that as a go-by when they're going to work on a wood carving project. And over at the Mark D Maker YouTube channel, Mark Taylor has a brand new video where he's doing a product review on some air hardening clay. So yes, that's right. This clay does not require any baking. It simply air dries and then hardens on its own. In the video, Mark is going to show you how he uses this clay to make little figures. He talks about the cost of this clay and the brand name as well. He also tells you about ease of use. Apparently this clay doesn't stick to your fingers, and he says that's a real plus. So there are some advantages and some things to check out. It's a low-cost option for people who would like to make a clay figure before they start a project. Go and see what Mark's doing and see if that'll fit for your project. Over at the Matt Carves YouTube channel, Matt has a brand new video showing you how to add metal to your carving projects. Matt has some Viking carvings, and he's adding metal around the helmet to be the rivets for the Viking helmet. And in this video, he's going to show you some of the various options, types of metals that he likes to use. He talks a little bit about how to fix a mistake if you happen to make one. He shows you how that can happen. And he takes you through the process from beginning to end on adding the metal pieces and then finishing. Altogether, Matt does a great job, and this, as usual, is a high-quality video. He does a nice job with the editing as well. So I think this video is definitely worth a look, and it might give you some inspiration on how you could add some metal to one of your carving projects. Well, up next, we'll check out the Nadav Art and Wood channel on YouTube. Nadav lives in Prague. That's the capital city of the Czech Republic. He does a lot of spoon carving and bowl carving, as well as some very small jewelry. And in this video, he's taking you through the step-by-step process on how he carves a tiny pendant that's shaped like a bird feather. This is really, really small, and it's an amazing video to watch him work on this. So what you'll see, he'll start with a little piece of olive wood, and then he uses a Mora 120 to kind of rough out the shape. Then he switches over to a Rough Rider pocket knife to carve all the tiny little hairs, so-called hairs, in the feather. Now, this is an extremely high-quality video. It's definitely high def, and there are some really extreme close-up shots. It's pretty amazing. And I think you'll agree, Nadav has a lot of talent. It's worthwhile. Take a look and enjoy. We have a new video this week from Vlad Yermenko. Vlad lives in Ukraine. He's a chainsaw carver with amazing talent. And this time around, he's carving a life-sized wolf and a pair of ravens. He uses a chainsaw to kind of rough out the shape of this big carving, and then he adds some details using a variety of different hand tools. After he's done with all the carving, he does a little bit of sanding and then adds some paint using a dry brush technique that really makes the wolf's fur pop. There's no talking during this video, but Vlad has some rock music playing in the background. It kind of fits with the chainsaw carving and power carving that he's doing. I think you'll agree, this is an amazing carving. He's got a lot of talent, and you should be able to have fun and enjoy this video. Just sit back and take it all in. Well, this is episode 52 of Wood Carving Weekly. Yeah, you know what that means. It's the number after 51. Well, if you've missed any of our previous episodes, just click right over here, and you'll see an entire list of episodes with lots of great content. And we'll see you next week.